All right, hello, and welcome back to the Crossword blog, aka Clog, Thursday edition. And yeah, I forgot to enter this in the video, yesterday edition, but as you can see, we're not really on pace for a competitive time this week. So we're just going to take it a little easier on this Thursday. Um, uh, as always, not going to purposely go slow, but yeah, not really going to stress too much about the time. Um, Looks like it's an interestingly shaped puzzle. A lot of these long downs, but not a lot of long acrosses. I'm actually guessing that this is vertical symmetry here. Um, Indeed it is. Interesting shape. Playground. Do laps. I wonder if it's like drinking, like lapping up water. You can go anywhere with one of these. Sheep. I guess ewes. Those are female sheep. Weeping. Okay. The okra pod is edible. Just say no to deny. Gridiron game for young tykes. It's like gridiron is football. Tick off. Okay, let's just keep going. Maybe ADHD? That sounds kind of familiar. And then a Ewan McGregor. What if it's just Eva Green? This is video games. That works with that. Ad hoc. I would put panel, but that's in the clue. Wide open, open wide. Neon. Principal. This must be Edna. This must be Occam. So I think this is double C. Committee? Ad hoc committee. Major triple double. Trip. How do you spell triple? No, it's definitely like this. Because triple double makes sense. I just don't know how to make it fit. Committee. No, that's not how you spell that. Correspondence. So just one M and then double T, double E. My spelling is always my weakest point here. Maybe a set two. Amies, friends. Mia Hamm. Four scored and 7 years ago. There we go. Sears. Sort. Something. So where are the triple doubles here? Okay. And this is also a triple double. Okay. And I just don't know how to enter this yet, so wait on that. Pithy remark. The ulna in your arm. Big thing in California. Big Sur. It's a place in California. Some hot spots. Spiro Agnew, of course. Titanic disaster. Okay, let's keep going up here. I've diverged a lot. Yeah, Occam's razor. MCs, they're pretty important for the Oscars. Okay, draw people. Maybe KG. And I'm on the lookout for double letters. Maybe Wows doesn't fit. Sues. This has got to be a double letter. This one. Maybe ooze. Could be Oz as well. Football. This is another. So, flag football. No, that's not double. Okay. We're close on that. Maybe an oboe is used to tune. Truman Capote, true. Dining places, dining halls. HBO Max. Subjects, I guess. Farmers squeeze. Okay, Salem. Smeal. Sleam. Slame. Okay. Might need one more letter there. Where was I? Oh, quadruple double. It's me a ham like that. Ah, that explains it. So I don't know what that's gonna be actually. Crowning. This would be a quip. Sephora competitor. Ulta. You're in OT when you're breaking a tie. Sort date. Pave. I'll come back to that. I feel like I'm missing something obvious there. Cut and trim. This is Bama, Alabama. Maybe Halt. White Lies, Naked Lies. Mount Etna, highest point, I guess. Maybe Wait. Rainbow to some, an omen. NASA, I guess. Overthrows, maybe? That seems a weird way to clue that, I guess. Tick off. And there's going to be some double letters here. Guarded. Okay, I'm going to leave that for now. Soft white, okay. Pony up to play. Polo. It's played on ponies. Could be Owen. Leary. Pee-wee football. And then peeve, okay. Getting there. Let's do a lap, I guess. Weeping Willow. That fits. All access pass. That's got a bunch of doubles. Yeah, you don't think of stuff like this because there's so many more letters in the answer than space, but that's what a quadruple double gives to you, I guess. They draw people. Yeah, I don't know. Class act. STP, classic crosswordese. Soups up an engine. Cued someone. Fessed up. loaf, agati, I don't know how to pronounce it, uh, of haste, of something, gauge, get something, had a taste, but is it not willow? This could be swim. Mickey's. Ticked off. You're irate if you're ticked off. Playground. Got a taste. I'm just seeing mechas here. I don't know. Oh, mechas draw people. Stage, tire gauge. Okay. Laws, I guess. I'll take your word for it. So SE. So I just have hmm, Selma. There we go. Handle field questions and utter Titanic disaster party. Partly, not party. Sonar seems relevant there. If you're cut, body-wise, you're lean or you're trim. An article as in an item that goes about or around a photo. Buffs. Oh, I thought that was the last one. Oh, sort date. Crowning atop. Crowning. Sort data. There we go. All right. Not a bad time at all. Let's go ahead and admire the puzzle. So in terms of the theme, I like this idea a fair amount. It is a notable feature of all of these that they have four double letters in them. Probably not that many examples of this, to be honest. Um, uh, but yeah, I liked it a lot. The uh, so okay, I'm gonna bring up a very random memory I have. If you remember the Hardy Boys books, I was remembering one of these mysteries that they solved, and it was so contrived that I found it kind of funny. But basically, there was a contest being held, um, and like the top prize was a watch, like a very nice watch. The second prize was like a cash prize for some lesser value. Third prize, I don't know what it was. And the contest, for whatever reason, was to like think of or like write down the word with the most double letters in it, consecutive double letters in it. Um, and uh, uh, Anyway, they do the contest and then they like award the top prize to someone. And they get the watch, and the watch is broken. Um, and it's like, oh, like who could have broken this watch? And somehow they they make the deduction that it was the second place person that broke the watch accidentally, I think, and then decided that they would purposely get second place to get the cash instead of the broken watch because that's a better prize now. And the reason that they uh, deduced this was that the the second place person's father was a librarian, also known as a bookkeeper, which, as you will note, has three consecutive double letters, OOKKEE. Um, And there was no point to all of this other than the fact that that contains a triple double, and a consecutive triple double at that. Um, but anyway, that must have been like 20 years ago that I read that. But anyway, that's immaterial to all of this. Um, I liked this theme well enough. It is sort of fun. I do have a soft spot for rebus puzzles. It sort of forces you to interact with the theme. You stretch out your mind a little bit, filling in, like I was saying here, like you would never think all access pass when you see an entry of this length. So stretching your brain is nice. I started catching on to it with this Occam thing, and yeah, overall. I liked it. This Olajuwon bit as like a little extra revealer. I guess it's a nice touch. I didn't, yeah, only 4 players. That makes it pretty, you know, pretty exclusive. It does, I almost like would have preferred this not be here though. It makes the whole theme feel a little off balance. And if this not being here would have led to cleaner fill throughout, I think that would have been a very worthy um, sacrifice because things like sort data are not that exciting to be quite honest. In general, the fill here, outside of the theme, um, is not bad. But things like tire gauge um, might be a little um, not all that exciting. Got a taste I quite like actually. Overthrows I love, but I just am bewildered why you would clue it this way. Um, Overthrows as a word is great. Um, you know, overthrowing XYZ, but the fact that it's clued in a way that like makes it turns it from like really cool and interesting Phil to like awkward, like oh I overthrew, I threw too far. It's just bizarre to me. That's just like a unforced error there. Um, Video games is totally fine. Um, you know, I've said my piece on STP and MCs. I imagine this was a fairly constrained area of the board. As you can see, it doesn't really connect to the rest of the grid at all. There's just these 2 little letters here. So this is probably the best that the fill could get in here. And I can imagine that. Um, when you're filling a puzzle, this sort of section is quite independent from the rest of the puzzle. Um, gotta love a little Owen reference in there. Fair amount of proper nouns, of course, but none of them were too impossible to get. But yeah, quite a lot of short proper nouns in here, I have to say. And you got your like ulna, ulta, ot, lots of crosswordies. Um, so where does this leave us? I think um, I'm gonna give this a dead even 5 out of 10 here. I think the theme is interesting and creative. The fill is passable. Nothing in there that like really annoyed me, but I think there's enough just like crosswordies and boring stuff in here that it's pretty hard to like say that this is a standout puzzle. And again, this overthrows clue. I just like I just don't know why it was done this way. Um, I wonder if it's just trying to be a little sports related, but it's the wrong sport. Anyway, um, 5 out of 10. I enjoyed it well enough. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.